All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about the roles and responsibilities when working in All Skills Academy events. It's pretty simple. There's basically 3 roles that you could be assigned: senior director, junior director, and work study. We'll go over the responsibilities for each one, and we'll start with senior director. Senior director is considered as the person that's in charge. So this is more likely to be assigned to someone who is an Evolution baseball coach, or they've had plenty of experience working kids camps. Responsibilities of the senior director revolves around safety, management, time management and itinerary management, and communicating with staff. Safety is a huge priority, that's why it is mentioned first. So this follows along the lines of setting expectations, behavior expectations, that is communicated clearly from the senior director right to the campers at the start of camp. Senior director is in charge of the itinerary. They're the ones who decide what you do throughout the day, how long you do it, what's being provided, and what's being instructed. Senior directors here at the All Skills Academy like to work alongside with junior directors in work study in deciding what is done that day. That creates a positive, cohesive work environment, but we like to make it clear that the final decision is always going to be referred to the senior director. We have a resource, a Google document that we share with all Skills Academy coaches, and this document is the itinerary that gives as if like a guideline of what you could do throughout the day, with plenty of options, modifications, equipment included, and all things that you can do with baseball or team sports games. So in regards for time management and communication, the senior director is in charge of the clock. They're the ones that are managing the camps throughout the entire day and communicating to the campers and the staff when transitions are going to occur. That's all going to be managed by the senior director. Senior directors are in charge of assigning coaches to certain groups. So since our camp is targeted for ages 7 to 12-year-olds, we like to create age-appropriate groups. We'll make groups for ages 7 to 9 and then groups for 10 years old and older. Senior director is in charge of who is responsible for overseeing or coaching what group throughout the day. Senior directors should not be assigning themselves to a certain group. There are maybe some expectations if groups are small enough, but that seldom happens. Senior director needs to have all eyes on all groups throughout the entire day. They need to be roaming throughout the facilities. They need to maintain proximity and making sure that safety is in order, and what is being scheduled out within the itinerary is also being executed. Senior directors need to make quick decisions, they need to be on their feet, and they need to pivot for a myriad of reasons throughout the day. And it makes it more difficult for them to do that when they assign themselves to a certain group. We encourage all senior directors to take in feedback that is provided from the coaches that are working that day. Senior directors are responsible for reporting to the Evo Academy director for any feedback that could be applied and anything that needs to be reported. Senior directors are expected the first to arrive and the last to leave. Senior directors should arrive 30 minutes before the start to open up the facility, welcome the guests, and to take attendance. At the end of the day, senior directors should be receiving feedback from all the coaches throughout the day to see how it all went. Responsibility does fall on the senior director. However, all coaches should be contributing towards picking up the equipment, making sure everything goes back where it's supposed to be, and that the facility is clean and prepared for either the next day or for other teams that could be using the facilities after 2:30 p.m. The next role that we'll talk about are the junior directors. Junior directors are going to be spending most of their time with a group of campers that they have been assigned. They are the direct coaches. They are the ones providing instruction and really complementing the fun atmosphere that we provide at our All Skills Academy. So junior directors are very energetic, they're very positive, and they're great with kids. They support the message that is sent in regards for expectations and what will be done for that day in the itinerary, all things that are set by the senior director. The junior director will complement that. Junior directors reinforce our core values, and they reinforce positive behavior that they see from the campers throughout the day. Junior directors should also be expected to redirect any negative behavior, and those are things that we'll get into in other videos for behavior management solutions. Junior directors do not have the same responsibilities as senior directors. However, your responsibilities are still important. You still contribute to our organization, structure, and professionalism. That's why junior directors need to arrive at the facility 20 minutes before the start of a camp. Once you arrive, you need to maintain proximity and making sure that the downtime before the start of a camp is managed so there isn't any misbehavior that occurs. A lot of the responsibilities that the junior director has are also the same for work study workers. Work study is most likely to be assigned to either high school kids or sometimes even younger kids. We have a lot of Evolution baseball players that like to volunteer their time and work in these academies, mainly because it's also fun for them as well. But the hours that our work study workers will do can actually contribute towards their community service hours that a lot of schools require. Work study complements the junior directors and the senior directors. They're also great with kids. They're likely to be assigned to a group of kids or maybe assigned to a group alongside with a junior director. And at the end of the day, they help clean up and make sure the facility is in order. With all these roles that we have identified and defined, they're all important because they all contribute to the structure of the All Skills Academy. And the structure is something that we believe has really created positive experiences. Kids actually strive off of structure, and we're able to provide that through the roles and hierarchy that we have assigned here. Now that we have these roles and responsibilities identified, we can move on to the next video.